Hello guys, welcome back to another streaming movie review. Yes, I am filming this review after just watching Pinocchio. This is the live action remake which has been launched and launched and released on Disney Plus. It's actually Disney Plus Day on the 8th of September and they've released a bunch of stuff on there and Pinocchio is one of those. This is the newest remake of an old classic. Obviously we've had Mulan, we've had Dumbo, we've had Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella. There's been many Lion King, all those have been made. But my thoughts on this movie is not very good. It was okay, it was good in some parts, but it was bad in other parts. I have been toying with my score in terms of where it should sit, because in some bits of the film I thought it was really good. In look-wise of the movie, I thought it was great. It actually looked amazing on my TV. All of that looked fantastic, but how the film was actually executed, I thought was really bad. The first thing I thought was bad was the actual script. It just felt so boring. It wasn't enticing. It didn't really it didn't really feel like it had any substance. It just felt like it was just, this is the story, it just felt like it was high level, skimming the surface. Now, I know the movie's probably aimed for kids, but it just didn't entice me. Some kids films do entice me, obviously, but this one just didn't. It just didn't. I don't know, there was something missing. Something about the script was just really boring to me. I found myself wanting to pick up my phone, and that's not because I know what the story is going to be. For me, I'm a big fan of some of the live action movies, most notably Aladdin. I also like Beauty and the Beast quite a lot. So there's a lot of the ones that are quite good in my opinion, but this one, and similar to other ones, I don't think this one's as good as those. Tom Hanks as well is another negative in this movie for me. I don't know what it is, but Tom Hanks over the last two films, Elvis, I didn't like his performance, as well as this one. He hasn't done a great performance in this movie at all, in my opinion, either. And also a lot of the animals in this movie, they're all CG. We have a cat in the movie, that's CG, but there's something about the CG styling in this movie for those animals. I think there's a seagull in there as well. Jiminy Cricket's obviously going to be CG, but there was just something in this movie about the styling of those things that I just thought was really odd, really off-putting, and pretty weird. I didn't really know what was happening with that styling. The seagull looked weird, the cat looked weird, the goldfish looked weird. They just looked weird. There was a weird, like I said, weird styling. And then Pinocchio itself, they tried to make Pinocchio animated, so he looked really animated when he was next to Tom Hanks' character Geppetto. They went with the more animated style, whereas we've seen live action Pinocchio movies actually create a real puppet or whatever, and I think that's done better. This was done in the Disney-ifying game way, I guess is the way that they best pronounce it, I guess. So the styling was okay. I think the voice of Pinocchio was really good. I actually really liked the performance of the actor who played his voice, but the styling was just off for me in this movie. It just didn't fit. And then Pinocchio's story as well isn't one of the best stories out there, so wasn't enticing. The style was off, but it just wasn't all there for me. And the final thing I didn't really like about the movie was the music. Now, I knew there was a few songs in the movie, but they had a new song and stuff in there, and they weren't as good. I mean, I preferred the Cinderella movie that was on Amazon Prime, and that's saying something. That was a good movie, but it wasn't as good in terms of audio when you compare it to The Greatest Showman and stuff, musical wise. But this was just on another level. So for me, I'm gonna rate this movie a 2-star out of 5. It wasn't one of my favorite movies of the year at all. It's actually one of my worst probably movies of the year now, and it's a shame. It's gonna be one of my busts of the year that you kind of wish is gonna be better, and it just wasn't. Another thing I like to do in these streaming movie reviews is also compare should this movie have actually been in the cinema, or is it right to have actually been on streaming? And in my opinion, no, it probably should have been in the cinemas, because they all have in the past, and they've all done really well box office wise. So I'm surprised Disney decided to put this on Disney Plus, but at the same time, it's the story wise, it probably is fit for maybe they realize Pinocchio isn't as popular as other things, so that's why they decided to put it on Disney Plus or whatever, or they just like the content on there. So it's a bit weird why they decided to do that, but I guess in the future we just never know with Disney what's going to happen with their content, because with all the other stuff in the past, they've the Pixar stuff now is back in cinemas, so we'll just have to see. But there it is, guys. There is my review and first watch of Pinocchio 2022. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you seen it? 2-star for me. It was not very good. Let me know if you agree, and thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.